I'm meteorologist Carley Gomez bringing you the latest updates on the storm systems expected to move into the West Coast into Easter weekend. The spring is here, but so are the storms, and they are bringing that winter weather to the Sierra, and that is going to be expected in the coming days. As we start moving into Wednesday afternoon and night, we do anticipate seeing more cloud coverage rolling in and more of that Sierra snowfall. As of Tuesday evening, mostly clear skies. We have some light clouds beginning to move over at the higher elevations there, but otherwise we're going to continue to see some sunshine into early Wednesday morning. And with the clear skies, we're looking at cold overnight lows continuing to be right around those mid 40s out there. We saw a high today of 66 degrees around the Sacramento Executive Airport. The average is 68, but still far from those record temperatures that could be seen in 1988. But otherwise, we have been pretty average for this time of year. Just last week, we are feeling temperatures in the mid 70s. We're going back down to some cooler temperatures. Taking a look here at some season totals. I want to show you these because it's kind of important to show you exactly where are we. We're very average. Central Sierra Snow Lab, 317 inches so far this season recorded. The average for March 26th is 322 inches. The average for the entirety of the water year is 360 inches. So we're just about 3.5 feet behind, and these next storm systems could help bump us up to closer to those average conditions as we round out March and move into April. Sugar Bowl 315, Palisades Tahoe recording 362 inches. North Star 307, 306 Sierra Tahoe. Looking at Kirkwood 327 with 205 at Heavenly, Bear Valley 290, 317 Dodge Ridge, and Mammoth pushing almost 300 inches there. We have seen quite a bit of snowfall. Nothing really compared to last season, as some places got as much as 700 inches total for the entirety of the snow year. But we are looking at average, which is good news because we were kind of seeing some pattern changes when it comes to the ENSO, El Nino or La Nina years. And when we fall into these El Nino years, sometimes things get very wet in Southern California, but not necessarily that way in Northern California. It's kind of all dependent on where that atmospheric river hits, how warm conditions are over the ocean, and what we're looking at in terms of longevity. Are we going to see a long season of atmospheric rivers or a short one with a few spurts here and there? Winter weather returning, and this is going to last for a couple of days. We have kind of on and off showers that are going to be happening from Wednesday to Thursday, a small break into your Thursday afternoon, and then finally returning Friday evening into Saturday morning. So those on and off showers are going to be periodic. When we get them, though, we should see some areas where heavy downpours may be possible, especially into the overnight hours from Wednesday into Thursday morning. But sunshine and warmer temperatures are going to be returning next week. We're just pushing just after Easter. We'll expect some 70s to return. Now, the winter storm warning will be in effect from 11 a.m. on Wednesday until Thursday, 11 a.m. Above 5,500 feet, we could expect anywhere from 1 foot to 1.5 feet of snowfall in that 24-hour period. So that's a lot of snow in a short amount of time there. Gusts over 45 miles per hour with elevations around 3,500 feet, potentially seeing a little bit of a flurry here and there, but nothing substantial to really add to those numbers in terms of snowfall accumulation. Now, taking a look here into the Tahoe Basin, this area here, as much as about 6 to 10 inches is possible in that 24-hour window. And we're seeing this expire around 11 a.m. as well on Thursday. Now, the ridges where we see the tops of the mountaintops there could see some of the wind gusts as high as 90 miles per hour. So strong winds, blowing snow, creating low visibility for those communities. Please take it easy. Be safe out there. Taking a look at our winds, they will be picking up not just for the Sierra Crest and those ridges, but we're also going to see some wind gusts in the valley and through the coastal range spots. Wednesday night, as we get the downpours pushing in, the winds will continue to pick up 15 to even 25 miles per hour. And then pushing into Thursday evening, as things start to exit completely, we'll still see some wind gusts about 15 to 25 miles per hour from the valley toward those coastal range spots. Strong winds still over that Sierra Crest. We do calm down a little bit, but by Friday morning, we're waiting and anticipating the next frontal boundary moving in. That'll bring us some rain Friday night into Saturday, with Saturday potentially having thunderstorm chances once again. So another weekend of potentially thunderstorms in the forecast. So please be careful out there. I know it's a saying that everyone hears, but when thunder roars, go indoors. You just don't know what could happen when lightning strikes or you get kind of any kind of funnel cloud activity could potentially spawn something. Now, as we take a look into Wednesday afternoon, our first sights of a few of those snowflakes falling and flurries coming in from Truckee to South Lake Tahoe and then toward Yosemite. This is 1:30 p.m. You're starting to see some of the rain beginning to move in over Clear Lake and Yuba City and finally making its way down just around the evening hours. And then by 10 p.m., some heavy downpours with a solid line of showers beginning to move from Placerville to Sacramento, Fairfield, and San Francisco, shifting toward the southeast. That'll sweep through in the overnight hours. By 9 a.m., most of that rain exits the valley spots as well as most of the foothill areas and even those communities around Tahoe, looking at some snow lingering in the mid-morning hours, but then exiting almost completely by the afternoon. As you look at 3 p.m., maybe a little bit left over of that moisture, but otherwise we're really seeing most of that leaving Thursday afternoon. Now, finally, you get another break just in and out of the area, but by Friday, 2:30 p.m., we're seeing more of the showers arriving, pushing onshore into Fairfield, San Francisco, Santa Rosa. It's going to start spreading its way across Sacramento and toward the foothills into that evening commute Friday. If you had plans to head to Tahoe maybe for Friday through Easter, you may want to get ahead of this one. And I'm saying that pretty, how should I say that? Nicely, I guess, because you don't want to be stuck in traffic. You don't want to be dealing with the headache, the mess, all the other cars out there who may not be prepared to be dealing with some snowfall and think it's just going to be a nice weekend head up for Easter. But what you're going to be dealing with is snow already starting into the afternoon hours Friday. If you could leave early Friday morning or even Thursday evening, you're well off. They're much better off at doing that than to wait into Thursday or Friday, I should say, afternoon when everything begins to arrive. Now let's look into the Futurecast now. As we get past Friday and past Saturday evening, we're still looking at a lot of the showers and potential for thunderstorms to occur. By Sunday, we do have some slight chances to see some lingering showers, especially in the early morning hours. But by the evening, most of this shifts its way toward the southeast. A little bit of the flurries remaining, but otherwise the lighter green shade is mostly cloud coverage. And then it moves out by the evening hours. So at least portion of your Sunday or Easter should remain relatively dry. Now, finally, looking into how much rain we could get. The first storm system, about 1/10 to 1/4 inch of rain. But when it's all said and done from Wednesday through even Sunday morning, we could get as much as 1 inch of rain for a lot of the valley spots to a 1/2 inch of rain as well. A lot of these numbers are kind of very similar here, but what we're really expecting is about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch into the valley and as much as a inch to maybe 2 inches from foothill spots up to elevations before it turns to snowfall. Looking at the model snowfall totals, the global model is showing a lot higher numbers compared to the European model when it comes to the totality of the snowfall. I mean, from Wednesday to Sunday. But when we just look at the 24-hour period, this is pretty on par. We're expecting 1 foot to 1.5 feet, and that's pretty much what you're seeing there at Donner with 16 inches, 14 inches Tahoe City and Twin Bridges, Kirkwood 14, 15 Bear Valley. And take a look at the European model. Well, we'll get there in just a sec, but with the GFS adding it all up through Sunday, you're looking at as much as 2 to 3 feet of snowfall possible. The European model, though, showing about 24 inches in the totality of it all from Wednesday to Sunday, so only 2 feet. So we're going to have to wait and see exactly how much we get. Do we get enough moisture to hold on to those higher totals, pushing us closer to the average for April, or are we going to see a foot less? We'll have to wait and see. All right, let's take a look into the foothills here for temperatures. You're going to be looking at the low 60s and upper 50s from areas of Groveland to Twain Hard, Sonora, Angels Camp with 64 in Ione for your Wednesday. And then the Bay Area looking at upper 50s and mid to low 60s out there. Sacramento and San Joaquin Valley, well, you're going to be right around those lower 60s. So a little bit of a chillier day for Wednesday, especially as we start to see everything passing through. We get the frontal boundary arriving, bringing the winds up, getting us a little chillier. The colder temperatures stick around at least into the weekend as we push Saturday. Upper 50s, low 60s. Again, on and off showers. Showers, no showers, showers, no showers. But you do have a few thunderstorm chance potential for Saturday. So even if you see sunshine, please be careful. We could see a downpour at any moment. Baseball games, soccer games, just be prepared. Sunday, you'll be looking at Easter Sunday, partly sunny, and then moving into next week. Check this out. Temperatures rising back into the mid to low 70s.